au sexe, elles sont comme obsesses. Pardonne-moi si je mens sans cesse par peur que je te blesse. Osez, osez.
Paris tips to the... It's Sunday. We have a guest lecture at Parsons New School University tomorrow. I have a rough idea of what I want to do. Now I just gotta bring it to paper. And then I want to try some croissants with you, bro. Some croissants, some coffees. And talk about how to navigate these uncertain times, how to navigate the future, and how your personal brand might help you gain leverage and embrace whatever is to come. At least it's what allowed me to live a content life and travel for business and give a guest lecture in Paris. It's all thanks to personal branding.
Bon. Merci beaucoup, monsieur.
Je vous en prie, pas de quoi. Bienvenue à Paris. Checking in at Fiordaliza, Alisa. I'm starving, so let's just throw our bags in there and get some food, and then prep the week, prep the workshop. Let's get it. So guys, we're just gonna surrender and see where the day takes us. Just one big task, prep the week. Second big task, prep the workshop. And from there, we just see what happens. We need food, we need coffee. I see coffee, let's get coffee. Takeaway? Full house here. We just ordered the Americano and the flat white takeaway to give you the full 360 coffee review experience. I do not approve with Tim getting oat milk, but yeah. Now I'm also getting a little self-conscious with all the people filming me, but yeah, that's part of the job. Salut mes amis, bienvenue à la première café review from la compagnie du café. We found a sunny spot to give justice to this beautiful city. We got a steaming hot Americano, aka long black, aka long noir. One sip, everybody knows the rules. Oh yeah, nice and hot. I had a 7-Eleven coffee in Copenhagen this morning. Levels. I'm getting some fruity notes on the back end, perhaps a little strawberry in there. Medium roast, not too funky. Nice and hot. This is an everyday Americano. One sip, everybody knows the rules. 8.3.
That's good.
Oh yeah?
That's good.
Okay.
My rating would be one sip, everybody knows the rules, 7.6. I mean, I would have gone for the pumpkin spice latte, but they were out of stock, so I had to go for the sugary one. But hey, sometimes you need to be sneaky.
Where? In Basel? Yeah. I tend to over-research where to eat, which some people appreciate and some people don't. This time we sipped our coffee, we saw this little corner brasserie, ratings were okay. So fuck it, we're here at Brasserie Saint-Georges, and we're gonna have some food, some lunch, first meal in Paris. Let's see what happens, man. Some steak frites, some peanut salad.
Samstagabend, ich sip Macker, kein Dom Perignon. Sie gehört dir, aber warum ist ihre Schminke auf mein T-Shirt verschmiert? Warum ist sie gerade hier? Warum ist sie gerade mit mir?
Hi my friends, it is 10 p.m.-ish and we had a very nice, productive couple of hours after getting lunch at the brasserie, which was decent. We headed to Soho House, which is here in the 9th district in Paris, and we got to work about 4 hours I prepped a week. I wrote a very nice journal entry that is part of my Sunday rhythm, is to reflect on the previous week. And the most important output for me of that reflection exercise is the actual journal entry. I don't journal every day, but that once per week session is so good, so important. It helps me clarify what's going on in my head. It helps me detach. And it's also something to look back to. So, highly recommend. And then, I don't know, what did I do? Slack, email, follow-up messages, a couple of sales follow-ups, review the job posting, looking to level up the team. We published another vlog, a very nice one. And guys, it's so much fun. Like, I always wanted to do this, to just be consistent with YouTube, be consistent with content. And we've now been publishing at least one vlog every week for a year and a half. And of course, I've been documenting the journey, both publicly on LinkedIn and Instagram, but then also privately with my video journals, really like from day one, day zero, pretty much. So, and that's something I reflected on recently is, I really don't want to make it seem like I'm more successful than I am. I enjoy being the underdog. I'm aware that now, a couple of years into business, with the revenue numbers that we're doing, we have progress, we have momentum, and we are not beginners anymore. But we're still beginners, and we're still day one. I don't have $1 million on my bank account, and I don't want to make it seem like we are living this artificial lifestyle to then sell you a course and make it seem like we already did everything. In fact, it still feels like we're just getting started. Last year is the first time I paid myself a little dividend, and yeah, to me, I'm like still, it feels pretty much the same as it did before. I just get to travel more, and the feedback from you guys also makes it more tangible that this is real. Today we were at dinner at Soho, so we got the work in, prepped the week. Little Migos. Not bad, pretty good song. Prepped the week, published a vlog, and started prepping the workshop for tomorrow, which is not done yet. But we're gonna have a little cozy laptop bed session. It becomes the ritual by now, right? It's like a ritual just the night before. But yeah, and then I got a gym session into 10-minute steam room. And getting back to the point I was making before, those are the things that gave me a feeling of you've made it for a long time, even when I was just, making just enough to survive on my own. It's that I found things in life that I value and that I appreciate and that I savor, such as getting an expensive coffee. I get the workouts in to stay in shape and to feel good mentally. I do the journal entries at least once per week, not every day. I'm by no means perfect, I'm by no means rich, but I'm rich enough to have these amazing experiences with people I love, working with amazing people. And your guys' feedback makes it feel real. We went over DMs that I received over dinner, people giving shout outs, people that have been watching for a week, people that have been watching for years. And I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you for sharing the love, for recognizing the work we're putting in. And trust me, we're fucking still so early and we're figuring things out, we're testing things, we're learning not to care about outside opinions because there's also hate in the comments sometimes. And yeah, it's just fun. It's fun that we get to do this for a living, and that's why don't focus so much on the money in your bank account. Figure out what you need to survive, of course. Cut the ego as much as you can. And then find the things that make life worth living for you. And for me, that is, as long as I can get a coffee, I can hit the gym and go for runs and work with people I enjoy working with. The money won't change much, but we are aiming high. We want to have a couple of millions on our bank account. I want to buy my mama a house. I want to retire her, and a lot of other things that I want to do in life. So for as long as I get to live, I'm going to aim for the stars, as corny as it sounds, without sacrificing the enjoyment of the moment. So I don't know how we got here, but that's kind of been on my mind after dinner. And now we're going to get to the hotel. Maybe we'll find a little sweet treat and get a good night's sleep, and then you have a nice day tomorrow morning. All right, guys, we wanted to take you on the journey of exploring the hotel room together. Let's see what Fiordalisa. This is about $350 for 2 nights, I think we paid. 5th floor, top floor, in the 9th district. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is nice. This is very cozy.
3:45 when we got back. 3:65 we could get to it. Clothes on the stairs, are you into it? It's a lot of talk, I could push you through it. You could tell the difference when I'm running through it. Any man in your phone, go ahead and fucking lose it. Tryna make me bad.
All right, guys. Spontaneous catch up with Joe and Yael.
I think it's like the fifth city we meet, no?
It is.
We were talking about you and your new
yeah.
YouTube vlog. And then
We love the vlogs.
we loved the vlog. And then we saw the story like, hey, Marvin is in Paris. Marvin's in Paris.
And we managed to meet up for a quick coffee catch up before we head to the university for the workshop. And you guys do a little shopping.
Yes, we're just chilling actually.
They made it. They done did it. But what about your content game? We brainstormed a little bit. I think a vlog would be very interesting to see from you. But anything cooking for 2026?
I hope so. I mean for sure. But I don't know what yet.
Long form for the win.
That's the thing we talked about, long form content and B2B creators. That's a big trend you're seeing right now, right?
Yes, so we think that business creators will be a new category of influencers that will be very relevant in the future and not that existing just yet.
Or undervalued attention for now.
True. And if you want to see a big B2B creator, you should check out Yael on LinkedIn because are you the biggest in Switzerland?
I think so.
Sure is.
Right.
Yes.
Madness. Lots to learn from these guys. We have an Uber to catch, so we keep it short this segment. But good to meet y'all.
And the sweetest words, see you in Zurich.
See you in Zurich. Hell yes. Let's go. Hello. Good out. Cheers. See ya. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Johannes.
Marvin, nice to meet you.
Hi, Johannes.
Good to see you again.
Hey, how are you? Good. How was
Yeah,
your
we arrived yesterday noon. And I mean, what did we do? We got a brasserie lunch in,
Nice.
classic French lunch, and then we prepped the week, did some workshop prep as well. And that was it. That was the day yesterday.
Good.
And so this will be one of your last, is it the last
This will
one?
be my last class.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Gonna be emotional.
We'll see. We'll see. So we've got a really fun workshop for you all day, or all afternoon. So Marvin's going to walk us through a bit of his history and what they do, and start to lay the groundwork. So Marvin, I'll turn it over to you.
Nice, thank you. Salut, nice to meet you all. I guess I can sit down for this.
You can do as you
That is very refreshing. Yeah, I prepared a little presentation to share my experience of leveraging the buzzword personal branding, so sharing content online to grow my career and hopefully inspire you all, depending also on what you guys are already doing, to maybe do the same, to find a way that you can leverage content and being active online to create new opportunities for yourself. I would love for you guys to go into groups of 2 and take a moment to think about something that you are very good at. A unique skill you have, a professional skill that you're proud of, or some sort of accomplishment you've had over the past few months. Just something that you would share with someone you want to impress. Take a couple of seconds. I assume that now you know something about the person you talk to. Maybe you know a little bit more about how you could work with them, what you can get from them if you were to collaborate on something. And so the question is, if you were able to tell it to someone else, if the room in here already knew about the strengths that you have and your unique personality or the milestones you achieved, would it make life easier? Would it create more opportunities for you? What do you think? Would it help you if people knew what you were good at before you met them? Yeah. Quite obvious. Yeah. So the question is then, how can we do this? How would we tell it to everyone else? And the answer that at least I found for myself is personal branding. It's to share my experiences online and to document my journey. And so it's been a huge trend where people leverage building their online presence to create more opportunities for themselves. And the thing is that you don't have to be the next Mr. Beast, the next mainstream influencer to take advantage of these things. Because ultimately what we are trying to do with personal branding or creating content, sharing content online, is we are trying to have mini interactions with people and to leave an impression on people. And so what this maybe a bit complicated graph tries to show you is that every piece of content here on the left that you publish will be seen by one person, 100 people, 10,000 people, but it will evoke some sort of reaction. And that reaction can be, oh, cute, you just graduated, that's awesome. Or it can be, oh, wow, impressive, I didn't know you were good at design, that's a very interesting portfolio you just shared. And so whatever that is, you now create a reaction, you leave an impression on people. And so the more we do this, the more we can create an image around ourselves, a reputation around ourselves, and let people associate us with certain strengths, certain skills. What we're doing with content is we're now building relationships from one-to-one, talking to our neighbors, to one-to-many. All of a sudden we can build relationships at scale. That's what we're doing with content. And people always have an impression of you, they have a perception of you, they think something of you. And Jeff Bezos has a quote that he says, personal branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room. And so how can we influence that perception? Through content. And so ultimately with content, we're just amplifying our relationship building process. And what this graph tries to show is that if you don't post content online, you still build trust with people. You build relationships with colleagues, with friends, with potential employers or clients. But if we apply what I like to call content leverage to it, we can now do it at scale. We can go from one-to-one to one-to-many. And we ultimately just increase the surface area of opportunities that we can create in our lives. But when things really started to change for me was when I published this infamous LinkedIn video. What's up, LinkedIn? My name is Marvin. I'm a 21-year-old aspiring entrepreneur and digital marketing consultant. Okay, that's enough. But so basically I was like, somebody told me LinkedIn is great for my career. I had no income. I was trying to do something on my own. And so I published this LinkedIn video. And I just said, what's up, LinkedIn? My name is Marvin. Excited to share my first hashtag LinkedIn video. And I'm an aspiring entrepreneur and marketing consultant. And funny enough, it was also the early days of LinkedIn. This video, you don't see the stats here, but it got over 20,000 impressions. It got me a couple of job offers back in Switzerland. And I also got my first freelance client because someone who had been participating at the same networking events that I went to saw my LinkedIn profile that I was running Facebook ads and I was getting into social media management. So that's how I got my first client, just because I showed up and I realized that I could reach a lot of people through this new social media platform, LinkedIn. I like to use the content archetype framework, which basically thinks of your content strategy and the things you talk about in terms of 4 content pillars. And the 4 content pillars are tactical, so the what of actionable advice. So in my case, it's like how to write good LinkedIn posts, how to run a content call, how to know what to post about. So tactical content should really be very actionable, and someone that consumes this tactical piece of content should be able to use it and take action from it. Aspirational content, this is more about, the growth stories and your own success story. So this can be, if you have clients you worked with, case studies. So talking about all the brands you worked with and packaging that into a story, not just say, I was very honored to lead this shoot for brand X, and that's the post. Trying to include some more storytelling into these case studies. Insightful content is another quite simple one. It's to really talk about trends in the industry, to give your own 2 cents on what's happening, comment on different news. Hailey Bieber just sold her company. Here's how content played into this whole process, could be an insightful post that I share. And then personal, these are really topics about you, your personal story, your unique vibes. So this kind of builds a bridge between who you are, aside from the day-to-day work, with what you do for work. And what I also like to do on the more personal side is kind of these build in public updates. Once per quarter, I share a build in public update. I even share our revenue numbers on LinkedIn. So with these 4 pillars, with these 4 lenses, you can now generate content ideas based on where you are at in your career and the kind of person you want to attract.
I just had a question. Do you think you're at a disadvantage if you are a little bit still on the fence of what exact career you want to venture in, because you can't really hone in on something specific, and what recommendations you have to do in that case?
I wouldn't say so. That was kind of the case for me initially. And I kind of turned that unclarity into my brand positioning. So I said, I'm figuring out what to do with my life. That was kind of the story I was telling. And then I would just share my experiments along the way. So I think you can make it kind of your advantage in a sense that you don't know what to do. I would make that part of the story.
You would say to highlight that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And just sharing my experiments of figuring it out along the way. And you could probably inspire and attract more people that don't know what to do with their lives, because that's very relatable. I think most people our age or your age don't know exactly what to do with their lives. So in that way, I think it becomes very relatable, and you could build a tribe of people that get courage from not knowing what to do, but being willing to figure it out with others.
Auf der anderen Seite Vertrauen mir. Steh ich dahinter und dort so lang, bis der Vorhang fällt. Und ich glaube, ich geh insane hard. Sei dein Körper nicht auf meinem ist. Seitdem fühl ich einen Pain hard. Dann, wenn ihr Körper nicht wie deiner ist.
Ja, wow. Gehört dein Body nicht wie anybody. Wie dein Bad in deiner Denim aussieht. Glaub ich kämpfe eine Handybattle. Anders halte ich das nicht aus. Finde keine, die das auch kann. Doch danach, ich will ihn aufhören. So wie du.
It was my first ever like LinkedIn classic playbook client in 2020, and he's been a client ever since. And we just launched his YouTube channel. And the first vlog went viral, so it has like 230,000 views.
Dang.
Like his first YouTube video. So now we're doing like POV behind the scenes vlogs, but for like the construction guy running $1 billion business.
Wow, dang.
But I don't know if you've seen like all these go-to-market launches by these SF founders. For example, Icon, like this AI ad maker, right? You've seen it?
I haven't seen that.
The founder did a LinkedIn video announcing the product, and then he gave away a lead magnet of like a swipe file of the best 1,000 ad creatives, and it got millions of impressions, like 10,000 comments. And so that was their whole go-to-market, was a LinkedIn lead magnet on the founder profile. And so they're getting it. Like yesterday I saw an announcement about this new voice generation AI tool. They raised like 100 million. Another announcement post, lead magnet LinkedIn post on the
Which
founder
one
profile.
was this? 11 Labs or somebody else?
Something else. I've seen it pop up yesterday, and it was going crazy viral. Also, the like HubSpot CTO Dharmesh commented, and I mean they raised 100 million, so of course it's gonna make some headlines.
Yeah, it's a big number.
But it used to be go to the press to maybe do some like investment announcement and maybe like a cool little announcement on LinkedIn. But
Nobody
now
cares.
The go-to-market is a founder-led LinkedIn post.
Totally. Give me value. But it's value exchange.
Yeah,
really,
exactly.
Right? But inside of LinkedIn, value exchange makes perfect sense.
Yeah, the one thing that is scarce is your own story, right? It's like the human name and background attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Here you're building like some lasting brand value that also can act as part of your marketing funnel.
Mm-hmm.
And right, so everybody sees it. The value.
Okay, my friends, it is 11:30 p.m. Tim and I just had lovely Thai dinner. Very nice convos, actually. Nice to catch up, talk about the future, talk about what you're gonna do in the coffee business, and relaxing after the workshop, which went well, I'd say. It's always interesting to teach new crowds, especially when it comes to like students in more of fashion and design. They're usually not the most LinkedIn fond people, and I would say probably we're at about 50-50 of LinkedIn pros and LinkedIn antis, where Instagram usually feels more natural to showcase your portfolio, your creative direction, and all those things. But I do think we got some people inspired. We got a lot of good feedback, and it was just a lot of fun to be teaching and to share what I know, and hopefully to do it in a way that connects with people and doesn't seem like I'm preaching from the top. And I was gassed afterwards. I'm still pretty gassed right now. Very nice, because it's always this feeling of accomplishment when you get a workshop done. And, you know, realizing that it's also not that big of a deal every time you do it. It's just like you get it done, and it goes well, it doesn't go well, it doesn't matter. You just get the job done, you try better next time. I think takeaway was to keep things more simple and to have less content inside of the presentation and less exercises, because I really walked them through the entire playbook. Whereas, as Michael said, probably just setting up your LinkedIn profile could have been the whole session. And that was just a small piece of it. But yeah, it was great. Bro, I don't have even much else to reflect. Just very grateful that we got the invitation. Very grateful that I got to do another trip with you, my broski. And that we get to do this for a living and travel around and collect these memories and to take you with us and hopefully share some inspiration with you. It's gonna be a wild program coming up. Tim is flying at 8 a.m. tomorrow back to Switzerland, and I'm taking a flight at 10 a.m. to Vienna to meet up with the one and only Hubert Rhomberg. 2 interesting days coming up before I then finally go home to Switzerland. And I will take you with me over the next 2 days. It'll be a little Osmo vlog, raw behind the scenes, and I'll show you how we produce YouTube videos with Hubert, how we plot the future, how we get work done in between, and what's happening with the business. It's still day one. We all gonna make it. We're gonna take it day by day. And I'm rooting for you guys.
This is